welcome to my channel. Slightly exasperated. I've just been talking about all of this pretty stuff and I hadn't hit record. I could cry. It was talking for quite a bit and showing the camera and doing all the things without the recording. Oh dear. And hubby is out, so he's got the kid, Sophie, and the house is all quiet. Oh dear. So the only thing that you're going to miss this time around is me jabbing into the bag, into the envelope that I got. Normally you get a pretty red envelope, which you'll have seen. This month Carolyn ran out of bags, or the red envelopes, and some of us got the brown envelopes. Unfortunately I was one of the brown envelope gang. I feel so stupid talking to nothing for the last, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. Alright. The Thread Club, run by Carolyn and Melissa, my local store down in the other side of Hobart. Hello and thank you for supporting Thread Club. If you're new, welcome. This month we've included a Bowen size 26 tapestry needle. We're keeping a close eye on colours and realise some of them are out of order. We'll include the missing ones as soon as they're available. We hope you enjoyed this month's collection and thanks again, Carolyn and Melissa. So what I did was write the needle down on the bag, so that's going to go into my stash. Let's get into the threads. Look, we'll start off with the silk. We might as well go in the order I went in before, and we can, oops, pretend I didn't do a thing. Oh Lord, creators, are you with me? I was looking at the lighting, I was trying to get the focus. Didn't even look that the time wasn't ticking off. Oh dear. Oh my god. Au Ver de Soie d'Alger. These are Silk of the Month clubs. Now, I did have the other Au Ver de Soie. It was on the bobbin spool. That's the word. The spool. I wasn't into the ones on the spool, so I've cancelled that subscription. So, you can chop and change as you like. 133. It is a little bit more green in person. That, hang on, let me get the face out of the way. There we go. It's a little bit more green in person. Yeah, it's not quite as blue as on the camera, but 133. 134 is getting into the more teals. Again, a little bit more green on camera. That one is showing a little bit better. Sorry it's so up in the corner though, of your video. Actually, it would be a good idea. You know how on YouTube you're in default mode? Put it into theater mode or put it into F11 full screen for this, okay? And you get a better idea of some of the colors. This is 135. They don't come in names, descriptions, or anything else. It's just 135. It's these are all 5 yards, and again it's a little bit more green on camera. 136 is getting into the much heavier green. Sorry, I'll put this in front of the face, and yeah, there we go. And then we've got the emerald green. This is 145. It is a beautiful green. I was thinking it was like the school gabardine. Hang on, sorry. There we come on, focus, focus, focus. I know. This is why I hate having the autofocus. What are you doing? Oh, come on, you're being silly. You're being really silly. Come on, camera. There we go. It is an emerald green. And they are the silks. I was jabbering about how I have started a new project called the Steady Thread Botanicals, and I've literally been able to raid my stash of colours because I'm getting these threads through. My Steady Thread project is on Tree Hugger by Misty or Bee Stitch Me. I'm confused myself now. And anyway, it's bright green, and the colours, you're not told do pink for this flower or anything else. It's very much, if you've got it in your stash, then do it. Sorry about that. 3D printer just had a hiccup, and I need to go and stop it for hubby because he's out. So, anyway, the green background, so I've basically then just sat on the floor with my whole stash and just gone, ooh, that could work and that could work. So I'm doing a kind of floss toss on the bright green fabric in front of me and picking out from my stash. So it was a lot of fun choosing. So some of these stash kind of items got put in there. This is Balsam Fir. It's from Classic Colorworks, this thread kit. And this is a green. There is a variegation through it. And this one I will force the color. Okay, it says green. This is Barn Door, and it's pinky brown kind of colors. There is variegation in all of these. These are over-dyed threads. They're not color fast, the label says, so be careful when you are washing. Wash them in cold water. If you can avoid washing them, avoid washing them. This is Bamboo. Bamboo is, it's white. I thought there was a little bit of pink, but actually the bit of pink could be my hand. I can't tell how not white it is. It's really weird. It just looks white. Honestly, it just looks white. You could... I'm not seeing what the color they put through it. Maybe a bit of pink. That's the only thing I can think, is that there's maybe a shimmer of my white hands. A shimmer of pink through that. So, yeah. It's not a brilliant white or anything like that. Anyway. Bandana is a cherry red with a little bit more kind of bright red. Bambino was gorgeous. It's got purple and pink and orange. Beautiful pastel colours in Bambino. And Baby Chick has a hint of yellow through it. Oops. Baby Chick is a pale yellow. Okay, so they're the Classic Colorworks things. Now, these are American clubs. The Thread Club actually ships worldwide. I think you should do some price checking. It may or may not be worth your while to get this from Australia. It may be, but do some price checking. From an Australian point of view, though, you are not going to get these in your normal stores. You're not going to get these in Spotlight or anything else. So this is a way of you getting speciality sets, especially if you're living more rural. This is the Simply Shaker sampler threads, the Gentle Art threads. And this one is Barn Grey. It is grey with different variations from the light to dark and a little bit of a pink tone coming through there as well in the dyeing process. This one is called Berry Cobbler. Reminds me of blackberry or blueberry tart cobbler, you know, with the colour bleed. Blackberry tart is just gorgeous. Or even black currant. It's been, yeah. Dad used to grow black currants in the backyard, so that was in my childhood home. I haven't had that since I was 16. So yeah, there is a little bit of the pinky blush that you expect to get when you make crumbles and tarts. Bittersweet is orange and orange. It's a lighter orange and a much darker orange. So depending on what your project might be, that is gorgeous. Really bright and vivid. Then we've got a Bayberry. Now Bayberry has two tones again. You've got the lighter and you've got the darker green in there. Really nice. Now, Black Crow, I was saying earlier, you know how you look at a black bird and you get this blue shimmer off the feathers? That's exactly what you get from this. So you've got a very, very dark blue shimmer, and that is not picking up the color. Well, you can see the blue, but it's not picking up the detail that I can see on the camera there. And then there's Banker's Grey. So think your dirty coins. So there's varying degrees of the safe grey and then the pale grey, you know, that you get maybe in a banker kind of situation. So they are the Gentle Art threads. I'm not paying much attention to the order that they come in. I'm kind of trusting the process with the girls that they're going in number order. These are very much going to be used for substitute floss, ad hoc floss. Certainly not going to be, you know, necessarily going, oh, it's calling for DMC, blah, 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 I'm going to use this. I'm going to be looking at a color that it might be asking for and then seeing if I have any colors in that range. Or something like the steady thread stitch along that isn't designating that you use a particular color. So I can just kind of go into my stash. This is Blue Heron. Now I was saying off camera earlier, Lanart last year did a project of a Blue Heron. Oh my god, it was incredible. This reminds me of it. The detail in that, if you can get your hands on a Lanart kit in your lifetime, I would recommend it. The artistry in those kits, or in the patterns, are just incredible. It was a mystery that you didn't know what it was for a long, long time. I think it was maybe the second, third last part you actually had that it was a bird's head, and then the very last part was the second heron's head. So for ages, it was just the feathers around the outside, and it was like, what the hell kind of animal is this? It was really interesting. I didn't do it because I had to pay for the kit, and by the time I knew about the stitch along, it was, you know, a month or two in. So yeah, it was just, and trying to get the kits for Lanart in Australia is not necessarily easy. They do have all of those details anyway on the Lanart things, but the craftsmanship in the patterns are gorgeous. If you can ever get your hands on a Lanart, I would recommend it. Short story. This is Blue Bonnet. There are some lighter blues and some darker blues. And this is Blue Fescue. Sorry, Blue Fescue. Fescue, I think, is a grass or a weed. Something like that. A fescue is a plant. So it's green, it's got greys, and yes, there is a little bit of a kind of pinky hue of that grey, if you're into your colours. Blaze. Now, I immediately thought when I saw this of the fireplace that I've got to do for Harry Potter. There is one of the scenes where you're in the Three Broomsticks pub and there's a fire, and yes, Stuart Cunningham has designed the flames, but this just was like, oh, it is so much like fire, and the variegation is just gorgeous. So you've got the rich orange and you've got the bright orange, and it just pops. Isn't it gorgeous? So exciting. The dumpster fire, you know that you've seen the free kits going around for the dumpster fire for 2020. People were stitching the bin and flames coming out of the bin. That would be perfect for that kind of little project to have around. As you know, something a bit silly, light-hearted and snarky. I think it might have been in the snarky group that I'm in on Facebook. Blue Aster is a pale blue and a pink. Very, very pretty. If I ever mention Facebook groups, I'm not going to link them in the description because I'm just blabbering. If you are interested in them though, please hit me up, ask me in the comments, and I will get you the links for them. I'm not going to go to all the work of linking a whole heap of stuff that nobody's interested in. So it's only if you're interested I will pass on the details. Blackboard is a grey. It's a steel grey. It's got the darker grey and the lighter grey, a little bit like the Banker's Silver kind of thing. So there's those. So these are all over dyes. They're all gorgeous. And this is the other club you can be a part of. From the point of view of having these available in my stash, yeah, it's absolutely invaluable. I know there are some people out there who are interested in having the whole DMC color collection, you know, the 447 colors. So if that's your thing, join in. There's something like 127 months in one of these clubs. Can't remember which one is which, or if I was even told, maybe I wasn't. So these potentially are a certainly bigger investment if you're interested in doing it. It could be quite a big kind of stash development. If this isn't your thing, don't do it. But you could just do one if there's a particular kind of thread that you like. You want the silks, for instance, just go for the silk club. Speak to Carolyn or Melissa about whether or not they will consolidate months. They might do 2 months at a time. They certainly do this for me, which is consolidating 1 month at a time. So I don't know if they would hold off on the alternate months or if you just, you know, bulk per month. The shipping rate for those kind of envelopes is not a high rate. So from a point of view of exchange rates, monies, all that kind of thing, you could be winning because you're in the States and the exchange rate is so much different. The Au Vert de Soie, I think, is French, though. I'm trying to read the label. It's very small. Distributed by Access Commodities. Doesn't say. It is Paris, France. So you might not have this in the States anyway. So if you're interested in silks, I know you've probably got the dinky dyes, but you wouldn't necessarily have the Au Vert de Soie d'Alger. So if you're interested in getting silks, silks are amazing. Give them a go if that's your kind of thing. But yeah, all the pretties, they will go into my stash collection now, and I will have all the details that you need in the description. If you're interested, contact the store. There is a form that you can fill out saying, hey, I'm interested, and you can ask your questions of the girls. They're awesome. We are on Australian time, of course, because we're in Tasmania, and we're going to be on the opposite, so give them 12 hours or so to report back. They aren't open on a Monday. Monday is their day off. They open on Tuesday through to Saturday, and they also have the Facebook Messenger and Facebook there. So there are the thread clubs. As I said, they will ship worldwide. It is a great way to build up your stash for non-committal projects, to be able to kind of go, well, what's something a bit different? And then you can go hit your stash. It's a way of getting something new. If silks have not been a thing that you've ever dabbled in before, silk may be what you could, you know, get into. The other thread clubs, these are the US companies, so you may get it cheaper over in the States. Check it out. Check what your local availability might be for them, and whether or not they might do. But for Aussies, these are awesome to be able to have access to these, the speciality threads that you would not have access to in Spotlight, and you may or may not have in some of the online stores. So this is a great way of building up your stock, you know, and getting your colors. And again, because it's variegated, there is that little bit of difference with the dyed lots, so it's not necessarily going to take a very good photograph to give you the actual effect of seeing it in person, and kind of going, oh, that's going to work perfectly or not, you know. I've gone into my store and I've kind of gone, yeah, this is my project, and yes, I'll take that one, and I'll take that one, and I'll take that one, and you really need to see it in person to see what the thread is actually showing you. That's just, you know, my 5 cents. So I hope you've enjoyed. If you have liked anything in particular, let me know. Like the video, subscribe if you want to see more of this. These videos normally release on the weekends. I keep my midweek stuff to, I don't know, other stuff, diamond painting related, whip and chat, stitch alongs, that kind of thing. You know, and just a bit of chit chat. So yeah, I hope you will come back and visit again. And if there is anything that I've mentioned in my videos and you want to get more details on, please hit me up and ask. All the details are in the description of how to contact me, and you can check out the links that I do put in from the store, for the store, for the things. And there is going to be a playlist as well that you can see where the other clubs that I've received, the thread clubs and the Sassy Devils, you'll see where they are, and you'll see what I've received in the previous few months and how you know it, how it's come, and that kind of thing. So have at it. Alright, take care of yourselves, please, and I will see you again in another video. Thank you for watching, and bye for now. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, and the rain fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand.